All right, good evening. Had a little couple problems there, but it's 8 o'clock Thursday night. Welcome to the Living in Jacksonville channel. And my name is Greg DeTulio. I am your host. And I've got a really killer show scheduled for tonight. I'm super excited about some recent news here in Ponte Vedra Beach area. It has been announced that there is an extension of a waterfront community. By the PARC Group and Tollbrothers, Marsh Harbor. And so we got some killer footage of this project. It is super exciting to see more development, high-end real estate right here by Nocatee. And got a lot of really good information and footage about that. Tollbrothers has announced that they will be pre-selling in 2025 in the new year, and already we were able to get some footage of some of the development that is going on now. They're definitely putting in the water lines, sewage lines, all that good stuff. And they've also already started building a model home, which is super exciting. So I'm going to get into that quite a bit tonight, talking about this development, what that means for the rest of Ponte Vedra and Ponte Vedra Beach. We are going to talk about River Landing. This is probably why, which kind of spurred this development, because River Landing is pretty much sold out of waterfront properties. So that is why I think PARC Group and the Davis family, who's the original owners of that land, is opening up this project. This will be an extension of the kind of another option for River Landing development, but it won't be part of Nocatee. It doesn't look like it's a part of another community. So it's going to be a little different, but there are going to be opportunities to build on the water custom homes like River Landing. But the partnership, which I'm going to get into a little bit tonight, was with Tollbrothers, who is going to be or has announced that they are developing on the dry lots, larger size homes starting in the $1.8 million price point. So some really killer homes. We got a lot of footage of that today. So again, I'm going to show that. Before I get started though, anybody that's watching, go ahead and put on the comments here. Kevin, thanks for joining us tonight. We are going to talk a little bit about River Landing for sure here in Nocatee. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about this new development and the new opportunities incoming. And that what that means really is this real estate is extremely valuable. I was checking, did a lot of research online today of the purchase of the land by Tollbrothers and the price points just starting on these homes. I mean, you're looking at, I would say, probably $2.5 million at least to be able to buy a nice 4,000 square foot Tollbrothers home on a dry lot. And then of course, some of the water lots are almost like an island. And I can't even imagine the millions of dollars that's going to go for. So I'm going to get into all that. Again, if you're watching, go ahead and put in the comments here, kind of like Kevin, tell me where you're watching from. I certainly want to find out where you're watching from. This is totally interactive, so if you have any questions, we're certainly going to address those for sure. I appreciate you guys watching tonight. If you're watching this on recording, still go ahead and put comments. I look at the comments all the time and try to get back to you and answer any questions we may have. So let me go ahead and start sharing screen because we've got some really killer footage of this project today. Let me go ahead and here present some of this, see how I can do this so I can share multiple screens. Yes, so this is the drone footage of Marsh Harbor right now, and it will include a lot of the footage of what Tollbrothers has already started building. But Let me see if I can share multiple screens here. So I'd like to keep this going in the background. Yeah, so before I get into that, let me share this first screen here. Okay, so here it is. PARC Group announced Marsh Harbor. It is now on their webpage. And if you're not familiar where that is, it's right here, just east of Davis Park, right on the intercoastal Palm Valley Road, and right there by Davis Park on the waterway here. On the other side of the bridge, just south of Palm Valley Outdoors Bar and Grill, but on the Ponte Vedra side, not the Ponte Vedra beach side. This is where River Landing development has occurred. And like I said earlier, if you look at River Landing, all their waterfront lots are sold out. And so these water lots were selling. These last ones here, you see they're under contract at $1.8 million just for the lot on the water. And then if you look at some of the other price tags that we've seen here on these, on this end down here, I think these are a little lesser in value because they're closer to the bridge. These are about $1.2 million on the water. So you have access for your boat. You'll need a very long dock to get deep water, and but you'll be able to park your boat right there behind your house and still be able to take part in all of the Nocatee amenities that Nocatee has to offer. So they have done really well with this project as far as water lots, because it's the only community in Nocatee that you can buy and purchase a home on the water. Fantastic lots. I mean, we're talking half-acre lots here. The only thing I saw about them that kind of scared me a little bit is I'm from South Florida, and so you're used to having some kind of break wall or something, and I don't think you can there. That's why people have long extended docks. And I do not believe that insurance covers that. So if a storm or surge were to occur, then certainly you're going to have to worry about your own dock replacement, because I don't think insurance companies will cover your dock. And these docks are not cheap. They're probably 100, 200 grand, depending how long you have to go on it. So that's the only one thing. But I mean, if you're buying a lot for 1.5, 1.8, 1.2 million, you're probably going to spend at least another couple million on a house. You're looking at $3 million to be on the intercoastal here in Ponte Vedra Beach. And before I get into the additional water lots that are going to be available, Tollbrothers is part of this project. So PARC Group basically sold them a piece of the land, and on that community, on the dry lots, they are going to be building 4,000 square foot homes. And as you can see here, these are some of the floor plans. Again, starting at 3,700 square feet, 4,000 square feet, 4,263, 4,588, 4,691, some really nice larger square foot homes on the dry lots in this new section of Marsh Harbor. So super exciting to see that. Let's take a look at the actual lots. So as I said earlier, this part of Marsh Harbor is already developed. It was developed back in 2004 and 5. It is a gated community, and it's right here before the bridge on the right side. And basically, this new development is an extension of that. And the dry lots, again, have been, a portion of those have been sold to Tollbrothers. And here is their site plan. So far, they've not released any lots, but kind of showed a site plan of the lots that are available. And I have footage of these lots being cleared right now. And these are not on the water. Some of them are kind of in a marshland or marsh waters, if you will. You will not be able to have a boat on those. But again, nice size lots. And you're looking at starting at 1.8. So I imagine once you're into a build, I imagine these are going to be about 2.3, 2.5, which is about the same as what it costs right now in River Landing to build a custom home on a dry lot. So this is very interesting because this is the lot right here. The Davis family sold. Davis family, which owns most of the land around here and is partners with the PARC Group, they own this huge parcel of land here just east of Davis Park, Ponte Vedra High School, and they own this large parcel of land here. The rest of it is all preserved down here. If you know the area and you're from Nocatee, you know there's preserved trails and this is all preserved, but this is still owned by the Davis family. That's one of their companies. And notice here that they sold a section of this last year. They subdivided it and sold almost 14 acres to Tollbrothers for about $10 million. So those lots, and that was done last year in September of 2023, so a year ago. So you're looking at these lots here in this land, 16 acres was about $10 million, and now they're going to build. They subdivide it into lots, and then they're going to sell and build homes for you starting at 1.8, probably 2.5 million. And that's how development works, people. Now, all these future home sites you see on the water, including like this is a future home with a full island and marsh all around it with its own private road. I can't even imagine how many millions of dollars that's going to go for, because if you look at River Landing, as I said before, folks were paying $1.5 million just for the lot here, and then they have a list of custom builders to be able to choose who they're going to build with on those lots. So, you know, these homes are probably in the 3 million range. I went ahead and looked at previous sales in this community, even though it's been around since 2004 and 5. We saw a couple of homes on the water here. This one sold for 3.2 million. So Waterfront in Ponte Vedra has become massively, massively expensive. But is it really expensive compared to the rest of Florida to live on half an acre on the intercoastal and be able to have a brand new build for $3 million? If you're watching and you think, I mean, to be that close to the beach, I would love to know what your thoughts about that, especially also being able to take advantage of prima schools. Now, the thing that was really interesting to me is that the Davis family owns this whole parcel here, this land here between Crosswater Church, the Gate gas station, Davis Park, all this area here, this is 689 acres of land, and they just sold this little portion for 10 million to Tollbrothers. My question is, what's going to happen here to this land right here? And my gut's telling me, because we saw today there's a back entrance into this, there's a construction entrance, because right now, in order to get to your Marsh Harbor here, you have to go through the Marsh Harbor guard gate through the community, and it extends down here to the waterfront. But construction is going through the back end here right now. You really can't see it on the maps yet, but there is an entrance, and you'll see a sign, and I'll show you video footage of a second of the road. You see it right here, cutting through all the way back through here. So they're starting in the waterfront here, and there'll be custom homes. Tollbrothers will be here, but what's going to be right here? That's my question. 658, 89 acres. And the interesting thing to me is that this is not connected to Nocatee right now. So that doesn't mean you're part of the Nocatee CDD. This is a whole community of its own over here. And they're saying Nocatee's development is going to be done, but there's all this land to be developed here that's owned by the Davis Group and the PARC Group, their partners. How many more homes are going to go in this section right here? And what's that going to be called? And I noticed when we were driving down Palm Valley today, if you look right here on the right before you get to Marsh Harbor and everything, there was a road that you can kind of see how it looks like it goes off Palm Valley and it just dead ends, like another road that was put there but never was, developed yet. And I think that eventually it's going to be an entrance to a whole another community here, as well as the extension of Marsh Harbor. So I don't know what else is going to happen here, but this is just the beginning. On the water side, they have here, let's see, 68 lots that are subdivided right now. And all these ones, the interior ones mostly, are Tollbrothers. The waterfront ones are going to be custom homes, I believe, just like they did in River Landing, where you pick your own builder. Okay, but that's up here. That's right here on the waterfront. So what's going on over here? What's going to be going on over here? So it's amazing to me because they advertise on the Tollbrothers site that the school, you're going to be zoned for sure to Ponte Vedra High School, which is right here. Okay, Ponte Vedra High School is right behind. And as I said, there's a road coming from the back of this, a construction road right now coming in the back here, but I believe that's going to be an electronic gated road at some point. And then that means if you have kids and you live in this section of community, whether it's Marsh Harbor or whatever this land is developed one day, you will be able to avoid the nasty traffic that everybody deals with right now on Davis Park Road in Palm Valley and come right out of your neighborhood straight into Ponte Vedra High School, because they're already noting on the Tollbrothers website that your high school age kids are going to be zoned for Ponte Vedra High School. So with the rest of Ponte Vedra Beach students. And then right now for Marsh Harbor, the homes that are there, these homes are zoned for Ponte Vedra High School. And then they are also zoned for Ocean Palms Elementary School, Alice B. Landrum School, Middle School in Ponte Vedra Beach. So you're going to be, if you live in this section, you're most likely going to be attending Ponte Vedra Elementary and Middle Schools here in Ponte Vedra Beach. And then your kids for high school age will be attending Ponte Vedra High School. So again, blown away by this announcement. Super exciting because we are coming to the end of development here in Nocatee. There are no more waterfront properties available right now here in River Landing. So there's going to be more here, and they're going to be extravagant. As I said, some of these lots they're advertising. If you look at them here, this one is literally an island, and it's all marshland around it, but it's like an island. Same with this property, number 68. And then check out these two down here, 51 and 50. So some really killer opportunities for multi-million-dollar homes. And these, let's see here if I get the video. Hold on, we got commercials. Commercials on, oh no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. So this is the entrance to Marsh Harbor right now, and there's the sign announcing the new Waterfront Preserve home sites available in 2025, PARC and Tollbrothers. And then this is the back entrance, again, a construction site entrance, which is near the Davis Park and the Ponte Vedra High School. So I imagine this will be gated eventually, but it's construction entrance for all that land we talked about. Right now we're going to see multi-million-dollar homes being built, custom homes and Tollbrother homes. And again, they'll be starting in the 1.8 million for a dry lot. Nice size lots for sure. You're right there by the intercoastal, easy access to the high school if they open up that road, but beautiful land. But this is all this land I'm talking about that's not cleared out yet. I'm wondering what they're going to do there in the future. And is it not going to be part of Nocatee? What other development is going to be there? So there you go. There's Crosswater Church. That's the construction entrance right there. That's the Palm Valley Bridge. That's Marsh Harbor's current. And then this is where Tollbrothers is now building their model right now. And this is all marshland, and there's going to be a lot of waterfront. But what is all this land going to be next to the high school? Now, of course, this is all preserved down here. Nothing will ever happen here. I looked at the county maps, and it's all owned by the county. So at least that will all remain preserved down there. But closer to the bridge, here you're seeing they're already clearing the land, and they're putting the pipes, drainage, and all that good stuff now. And this is kind of a visual of what it's like if you've never been into Marsh Harbor. This is kind of what the marshland looks like as you're driving through. It's very beautiful, very picturesque. And then now this is the end of Marsh Harbor, the old development that started in 2005, and this is the new part of development. And it's right there along the intercoastal. So you're going to have homes all along here that are going to be more on the dry land and then have long docks. But as you can see here, Tollbrothers is doing the interior lots right here, and they've already started building a model, it looks like, right here, which is pretty cool. Big model. I'm trying to guess what kind of model it is based on their website, but they have some beautiful models. I do love Tollbrothers and their builds, but these are going to be some bigger homes. So hopefully they're going to have some really good, construction managers. Some of these lots over here are islands where you will literally have your own little island surrounded by marshland, and you'll have to have a long dock, I imagine, to have a boat. But as you can see here, they're clearing out the land. This is the model right here. It has 2-car garage on one side, a 1-car garage on the other with a courtyard entry. But this is a raw footage of what it looks like right now. And there's that model home being built so that they can start pre-sales in 2025. And definitely if you're building with Tollbrothers and you're spending $2.5 million to build a Tollbrothers house, you're certainly going to be really wanting to make sure you have the right team behind you, right real estate representation to make sure that that build is being done properly and all the proper inspections involved as well. They still are a track builder. There's not a lot of customizations with Tollbrothers unless they change something, but nationally, you're limited on what you can do, but they still build a beautiful home. But when you're spending $2.5 million, you're going to want to make sure that that is built properly. But as you can see from the footage, it is absolutely beautiful out there. And some of the lot opportunities are going to be incredible. So what does that mean for you? You're like, well, I can't afford this. Is not, what's the point of looking at this? Well, what that means is that they're investing multi-millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars because they're finding from the river landing waterfronts, they blew through the waterfront lots in river landing and Nocatee, the intracoastal lots, pretty fairly quickly at that price point. And so they're finding that really what we have here in St. Johns County, we're starving for larger homes, 4-car garage homes, more square footage. And so the developers are understanding that, and they're creating opportunities for people that are moving here, that are still relocating here, especially now with all the storms and hurricanes around the rest of Florida. You can still get a piece of paradise here for $3 or under $10 million to be on a half acre on this kind of beautiful land is a deal for anybody coming from California, anybody coming from South Florida. But what that means is when you have real estate at that price point moving in that close proximity to you or Nocatee, that just gives you an idea of location, how much value there is here. And that's why I'm so bullish on specifically Nocatee and the home prices. People, oh, well, it's getting so expensive. Yeah, but look at your location. Look what it has to offer. And now right next door, you're looking at 2.5, 3, 4. I mean, I imagine some of these homes will probably be 7, 8, 9, 10 million, those ones that are on their own island, because that's what we're starting to see now. The original Marsh Harbor, I went to the MLS and looked at some of those homes, and they used to sell these homes here that are already built on the intercoastal, as you see here with the docks. Some of those were bought for like 700, 900, 1.2 million, and now they're going for $3 million. And I'm sure this new development is going to make those worth more too. And there really hasn't been a lot of sales in there. It's a real quaint community. And the good thing about it is on this side of the intercoastal, Ponte Vedra, not Ponte Vedra Beach, you're seeing the land is higher above sea level than on the east side, on the Ponte Vedra side. So your proneness to flooding is not as bad as if you were on the Ponte Vedra side, on the island side. So as you can see, these are all the current waterfront homes that are there. And these are all running around the 3 million mark now, but they used to be like, $1 million, 1.2 million. But of course, some of these bigger ones are closer to the 3 million mark. And these homes were all started development in 2004. And so now's an opportunity to get in and build a custom home for, $2.5 million to your liking, modern, brand new Tollbrothers build. And these are some of the home designs. I think the model that I saw there that they're building, it looks like it's this floor plan. Again, it has a 2-car garage on one side and a single on the other, 3,762 square foot, 4 to 5 bedrooms, 3 garages, or 5 bedrooms if you want, 3-car garage. Beautiful, big, large, oversized floor plan. There's the 1-car garage, 2-car garage, and I'm sure there's a lot of options you can do here to extend your primary bedroom, maybe add another garage, possibly. But very good options here for Tollbrothers in this community for sure. Super exciting. Again, though, you're going to be in the $2.5 million mark. So for all the people that are looking to purchase or build larger homes in the Nocatee area, and you say, hey, I'm not really wanting to be part of the CDD of Nocatee, I just want to be an exclusive guard gated community, and I'll have my own pool and my own things, my boat or whatnot. You don't need to be part of the Nocatee CDD, and you can go ahead and build your estate property here. And there's availability because we have a lack of opportunities right now for larger homes in Nocatee on amazing lots. A lot of the amazing lots have been snapped up. Coral Ridge is pretty much, they've got a few decent lots, but not a lot of preserved deep lots. Those were sold out already. And now you have River Landing dry lots, but the water lots are sold out. But if you don't want to be in a CDD Nocatee community, then this is the next opportunity. And in 2025, you will be able to come into Marsh Harbor and have an appointment with a Tollbrothers or a custom builder. I don't know when PARC Group will start releasing the custom lots, but I'm sure they're preparing that all right now. And then down the road, this rest of this land, I don't know. I believe this will be developed one day as well, right here next to Nocatee. And there's going to be other opportunities down the road. And the more development that comes in here, these home prices are going to continue to soar because the real estate is gold. It's close to the beach. It's got good schools. It's east of Phillips Highway. I think that there's going to be a lot of opportunities, but it's also going to maintain and increase the values of the current homes in Nocatee. So people that are worried about overpaying, as long as you're in for the long ride, Nocatee is going to have a lot of opportunities, and you're going to see a lot of the homes that were built in 2010 through 15, even 2017, like our home that's older. We're already talking about wanting to upgrade from builder grade items and renovating. You're going to see a lot of the great lots in the Nocatee communities get renovated and updated to custom homes build material, getting rid of the old builder grade stuff, and you're going to see prices continue to soar. That's what I'm predicting here in this section. And then for those that don't want to be in the CDD, this land here owned by the Davis family and PARC Group will also be developed, I'm pretty sure, eventually. This is all pre-planned. This land was I've seen this land be deeded to their companies since 2004, 2005. It's public information. So again, just to give you an idea of what some of these lots look like, it's pretty incredible looking at it online of this land. So all this land here someday, I believe, is going to have more real estate. So because it's not preserved. Down here, south of there, is all preserved here. And this is the trails right here, the Nocatee trails that are like 4 miles each way. But this is all preserved here. But over here is fair game. And so I believe that road, if you drive by there in Palm Valley, you're going to see a road turning off for another separate entrance to this community. Will it all be connected to Marsh Harbor? I don't know. And I looked at Marsh Harbor's HOA and everything. They're roughly about $500 a quarter. Let's see if I can pull up some listings from there. There wasn't really a lot available in there for sale. Let me see if I can share that. Stop screen share. Let me switch. Present. Let me switch it here to my MLS. If you're watching and I would love to know what you think about this. I was pretty much blown away by this revelation. I did not see this coming. I knew there was going to be more waterfront, but I really wasn't sure what was coming. So here we go. This is, let's see if you can see this. This is current Marsh Landing home that's for sale. It's a preserve lot, 3177 square foot, almost half acre. This one was, it's a 5-bedroom, 4-bath, and let's see, it's a 2005 build. And let's take a look at the photos of it now. So these are older homes, but will people be buying them because they're on big lots and they're now part of this community of $2.5 million homes and up? But people already started updating these 2005. But this one is $925,000. You know, will people be buying these and renovating them and making them, you know, put another $300,000 into it, make it $1.3 million home? That's still a heck of a lot cheaper than a Tollbrothers $2.5 million new home. Will that happen? I don't know. I mean, it already has a pool and everything. You're on a cul-de-sac. Looks pretty good to me. And this is just extremely more so for the people that don't want to be part of the CDD community of Nocatee. You'd rather be in a quaint, smaller community, more exclusive community. You want to be having access to all the Ponte Vedra Beach middle schools and high schools, unless they rezone. But right now, they are all zoned for Ocean Palms, Alice B. Landrum, and Ponte Vedra High School, all the Ponte Vedra Beach schools. So yeah, this is the only one that's available, and the waterfront sales in there were up to $3 million on a resale. Some of the lots you saw on my video here. And I'm going to do another video on this community at a later date to give more information once it's actually established, because I'm in awe of what's coming. It's super exciting, especially as a real estate professional, to see more development coming right here in Nocatee, or next to Nocatee. And seeing all that land that's available for more homes. I mean, it looks like enough land for another 300 homes right here near the high school and everything. So, and it needs to have its own entrance, because the traffic already going to Ponte Vedra High School and Crosswater Church and Davis Park is already insane. This is that road right there. This is the back entrance. So anyway, folks, that's the story. The latest announcement, Tollbrothers has it on their webpage. They're selling dry lots in 2025, Marsh Harbor, starting at 1.8 million, almost half-acre lots on this beautiful land here near the Intercoastal. And then the PARC Group will go ahead and they've already subdivided the lots on the Intercoastal for high-end $3, $4, $5 million water lots. There's some islands in there that sky's the limit on what they can do on that. But beautiful land, super exciting. And of course, if you're thinking about moving to the area, or you're currently in a home in Nocatee and you want to, maybe your kids are not young anymore and they're not taking advantage of the water parks, and you want more of an exclusive community feel, certainly reach out. I'd love to be your real estate resource of choice. When you're building at this high level of construction, you certainly want to have a real estate professional on your side to guide you, to help you through that build process, certainly at this level. At the end of the day, you're going to really want to have somebody there regularly watching the build process, because it's not the builder. People always ask me, who's the best builder to go with? It's more so who's the construction manager is building your house, and are they aware that you are watching the process daily? You have a good relationship with them, so that they are doing their best and making sure that their vendors, there's multiple vendors that are building your home with care. So you have a good finished product. These are big homes, they're 4,000 square feet. In construction, there's always issues. I have multiple builds, 10, 20 builds right now with clients, and there's always a little issue here or there. There's so many different intricate variables to building a home and of this size, making sure everything's where it's supposed to be, making sure that it's being built right, make sure that you're having the inspections at each stage of the build is super imperative to catch any of the problems, because you're more likely to correct those problems in a build early on than later on. These builder contracts are very one-sided, and so you're at their mercy to make sure they're building a good, solid, quality home. And for the most part, Tollbrothers is a national company. They usually try to do the right thing, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to the construction manager. So if you're thinking about moving in the area, or you're in the area and you're thinking about trading up to something like this, give me a call. My name is Greg DiTullio. I specialize in new construction. I try to be completely on top of what's going on here. This was just released this week, so we went out, my team and I went out, try to gather as much information as possible. And can't keep up with the PARC Group and the Davis family with all the land they own and all the developments with E-Town, EverRange. It's super, super impressive what they're doing. Completely next level. And this area is going to continue to grow whether we like it or not. And the value of the land and the property is going to continue to go up. As you see in the rest of the part of Florida, as insurance becomes home insurance becomes non-existent and more expensive, here to have a home near the water, so close to the beach, and all the luxuries that we have for the cost in such an amazing area, it's more and more people are going to move north from South Florida, and more people are going to continue to relocate here for sure. Regardless of the state of the economy, it's an election year, whatnot, rates and all that. Unfortunately, when you're looking at properties at this high level wealth, that class of person that's purchasing the property is not going to be having a problem with shelling out $3, $5, $10 million to have a piece of private luxury like this in a very exclusive area of Florida here in Ponte Vedra. So I hope you enjoyed this. This was a last minute Thursday night. No comments, so I think I'm going to cut out here. I hope you enjoyed the footage. I'm going to give you a last opportunity. If anybody's watching and you have any questions or thoughts, and if you're watching the recording of this, I'd love to know what your thoughts about seeing this development come through. And then what do you think if they develop all this land here? Is that exciting to you? Does that bother you? Are you thinking maybe I should hold out and stay where I am for now and see what ends up being built in this section here and make a move later on? It's really hard, you know. You've got to figure out what point you are in your life, and you know, ideally people are always looking for a new home. It's like I tell people all the time, I try to show people all the time resales, and I try to show them a good deal on a resale, and then you take them to a new home. And the way I describe it, it's like going to a used car shop and looking at used cars, which you can get some really good value, but it's not the same smell as a brand new car, and being able to pick out the finishes and everything that you want. So that's what's exciting about this for sure. So anyway, folks, I got no comments. If you're watching, I appreciate it. Go ahead and here we go. Thanks, Kevin. You chimed in. You're watching from Coastal Oaks. Yeah, Coastal Oaks is another Tollbrothers community here in Nocatee. It's also gated, and Some of the homes are older there. They started in 2010, but they went up to 2000, I think 20 was the last year of building homes there. Great community, really awesome. So a lot of people, though, are looking at the new trends, new floor plans. There's some older floor plans in Coastal Oaks and some newer ones, but it's always excited. I'm wondering, Kevin, if you're whatever ditched Nocatee to live in a community like this and move into a Tollbrothers home like this, that would be my curiosity. I know when my daughters are older, that would be a consideration, because when they're older, they would not maybe be using the water parks as much. So for all my Nocatee people, I'm seeing some people leaving Nocatee these days. So I'm wondering if that's you. Are you saying, hey, you know what? I've been here 7 years, 10 years. Nocatee's not the same place. I'd like to build somewhere new. So I'd be curious to know what your thoughts on that are. Leaving Nocatee, but still being in the area, and building a brand new, large, oversized Tollbrothers home near the water, or building a custom home. So, because River Landing is coming to an end here. So, all right, folks, thanks for watching. And again, leave your comments. My name is Greg DiTullio. If you watch the channel regularly, please make sure you subscribe. That helps me a whole deal. I don't monetize from this YouTube channel. I just try to provide value to certainly display the professionalism and experience of being a real estate professional in the area to serve you. And so give it a like, subscribe, check out some of the other videos here in St. Johns County and Nocatee, and I will see you on those next videos. Until then, have a great night.